So how can we get the graph of an ellipse from the equation? So we saw that the major axis is the longer one and the minor axis is the shorter one. So for this equation, the 49 is bigger than the 36, which means that a would be under the y squared, and the b squared would be under the x squared. So I said just a before, but it's really a squared. And that's important because the way we got this number 49 is we squared something. So if we squared something to get to 49, we need to undo that by square rooting. So we need to square root each of these numbers, and that will tell us the vertex value and the co-vertex value. So square root of 36 is 6, square root of 49 is 7. You can't always just plug that into a calculator. Most calculators have this square root check symbol. If you're using Desmos Scientific, then you would square root, then type in 36. If you're using something like an iPhone, often you type the number and then hit the square root button. So after you've square rooted it, now we know the smaller value is the co-vertex, and since it was under x, that will be on the x-axis. The 7 is the vertex, and since that was under the y, that will be on the y-axis. So we go to 7 on the y-axis, and -7, it goes in both directions. We go to 6 and -6. And then to create the picture, we would draw an ellipse. It's not going to look super great since I'm drawing it by hand, but it'll look something like this. Almost a full circle, not quite, because the 6's are smaller than the 7's, which makes it a little bit flatter from left to right. So that's how we create a graph from our equation. We square root each value on the bottom. Once we get our square root, that's either our vertex or our co-vertex. The bigger number is always the vertex, smaller number is always the co-vertex. And they're just always on the axis that they were underneath. We got the 6 from the 36 under x squared, so it went on the x-axis. We got the 7 from the 49 under y squared, so that went on the y-axis.